Ashley kind of.
What?
Like I can see her, but I can't touch her.
Oh.
Hmm.
All right, we are now streaming live on YouTube.
I got it. I had to click got it. I thought the other day that it might be not fun. It may be fun for you and I and Kat to just talk about what we remember sometimes. Hi, Daisy.
Yeah.
I lost my secretary when I lost Ashley
Yeah.
because I didn't have to remember anything because she did.
She remembered it for you?
Yeah, So I wish I'd have got to download. Did you ever download your Twitter?
I did. Yeah, I've done that before. I have all my old tweets on my old laptop.
Um,
Um,
how far back do you go?
well, let me look on my Twitter actually and see when my Twitter was created. Can you give a wild guess?
Um, yeah, I can. I bet you were, I bet it was 2008.
November of 2008. You're right. You're
Hmm.
absolutely correct. That's wild. Good
All
job.
right. That's just the benefit of knowing you for 5 years.
Daisy's eating dinner with us at the dinner table today.
Hmm?
It's so cool that we have like a little table. We're like,
I like it. Only I feel like I'm sitting at a counter,
we
kind of.
are. We're in a little cafe. We're in Greece.
We
And we're
are.
just hanging out and we're having a conversation.
Man, I was watching YouTube this morning and somehow a couple from New Zealand popped up in my feed and they had come to America for their first time and they were listing like the top 10 things that shocked them.
Literally everything. And what was the most
First
surprising
one,
one to you?
first one, the lady goes, they're probably like 40. I'm pretty normal. She's like, we were shocked about the guns. I mean, completely blown away. I literally thought, based on everything I'd seen, movies, TV about America, I expected everybody to have holsters with guns in them.
Hey, it depends on where you go, where'd they land. If they were in the South, it'd be different.
Not holsters, I don't think, but I get it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck kind of TV do you watch?
Oh,
You
that's so
watching
funny.
like Bonanza and
I mean,
Gunsmoke?
I actually see a lot of people with holsters and carrying, and now that open carry has been passed here,
I thought that was liquor.
I see it all the time. Open carry liquor? You can open carry liquor everywhere?
I thought that's what open carry meant.
No. Well, yes, but it's the other meaning.
I can carry a gun around if I wanted to.
Yeah, it's just got to be properly in a holster.
What the fuck kind of country do we live in, man? I was thinking, somebody the other day I was watching them, they're like, should we have nuclear weapons or should we ban them? I'm like,
That's like a pretty easy answer.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Oh my God.
Should we have the power to destroy a bunch of people at once?
Exactly.
Or should we not?
Freaking crazy world, man.
Yeah.
I don't like the beta project. I was pissed about something. I had to facilitate a class this morning. Well, oh, that I can't close my ears. I can
Right?
close my eyes, but I can't close my ears. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you can assault me with anything you want until I can turn you off. And I don't like that.
I was speaking of not being able to turn off your ears last night, it was very scary because there was like tornadoes everywhere in
Really?
Ohio. Yeah, there was like really bad tornadoes in Wapakoneta or however the fuck you say it.
That's how you say
Um
it. Bapakana.
um and I was so scared last night and I was obsessively watching the weather because I was so scared we were going to get a tornado that I was up until like literally midnight. And then I woke up again at 1 and then 2 and then 3. And then finally by 4 a.m., everything calmed down and I was able to go to sleep.
You're on the bottom floor, right?
No, I'm in the middle.
Oh. What would you do if there was a tornado?
Great question. No clue. That's what I was
Good.
thinking about last night. I was like, I guess I'm just going to have to get the whole family in the shower.
Yeah,
In the
that's
tub. I
about
guess
it.
that's the only. But the good thing is where I live, there's a bunch of hills and stuff around here. So I'm hoping that would save me.
Okay. Um, my one recurring dream that I have is about tornadoes.
What is the dream?
It's always a different building, but it's usually a house, and I'm in it and there's a tornado coming like towards the house, and it gets there and I'm on the porch with the door open. And then it stops. And it
Interesting.
happens a few times a year.
Hmm.
Yeah. Did
Have
you
you?
do you grow up with tornadoes? I grew up with tornadoes. I was born in Arkansas, lived in Texas, so we had tornadoes all the time. We had tornado Thursday.
Yeah,
Um,
not really. I mean, there was one. It was like a really traumatic experience for me when I was a kid because we did have one that happened when I was a kid. And it like I had to like run down to the basement. I was hiding under this like steel um we had this like steel desk. So I was like hiding underneath it and the storm literally blew out the windows in my basement.
no shit.
And I was down there by myself. I have no idea where anybody was. Story of my childhood. But I was down there by myself, like wrapped in my freaking blanket, just like with my dog, just like shaking, crying, almost throwing up because I was so scared, and all these shards of glass just come at me. I'm just like down there on my own, about to freaking feeling like I'm about to die.
You ever fact check that memory with anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, there was a tornado when you were a kid, and we let you run to the basement and hide, and the windows blew out, and we were smoking weed in the den, or well,
They came down there like shortly after that, but I think it was one of those things where it was like my mom brought me down, like you stay here, and then like they were going to get all the
oh
dog, get like the dogs and like get everybody in.
yeah,
I just remembered just me and my dog.
man, that'd be scary.
Yeah, it was really terrifying, truthfully.
I only had one of those that came close, and my dad just got us and put us in the bathroom downstairs. That wasn't a big deal. I spent half my time in the fetal position in the bathroom downstairs. And then when I turned 13, I spent half my time doing something else in the bathroom downstairs.
In the fetal
Pooping.
position. On the toilet in the fetal position.
I could rock that fetal position anywhere. Okay. Hey,
uh,
I got a question for you.
okay.
If you live with somebody,
Yes.
um, I came home today and I was going to make lunch, which I don't normally do.
Hmm.
And so I was going to make a hamburger, which I never do, but I had hamburger meat. And so I opened the cabinet where I keep my like spices and things. I was looking for pepper. And there are spices on the front row of my cabinet that I didn't put there. Now, it never occurred to me that I could be missing things. And so I started looking around at my house, and I have all kinds of stuff that I need to get rid of that I've had forever that I got for like one off.
Hmm.
Like there's a bottle of tonic water on my fridge, and I don't drink that. And I got it for this girl I went out with a couple times, like over a year ago. Um, so I have things that I'm like, why do I have that? And oh yeah, I need to get rid of that or sell it, but you can't really sell tonic water.
So, is there a question happening
No,
here?
I'm just talking because you were typing. Don't voice text. Sometimes I'll pretend like I'm sending a text, and I'll start, sort of dictating. I'll be like, my phone is the biggest piece of shit in the whole goddamn world. And it writes it. And then it tells people whatever it wants. It like will give them the info that I want them to have, but then it throws something else in.
Yeah.
Like the I'm not Kenya thing.
I was just promoting for our live show.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah. But yeah, I have a ton of stuff in my house as well that like I just need to get rid of that I don't know why I have it. I just I am a hoarder of like little things. Like I have multiple drawers full of just random stuff.
I get that. Hey, here's how it happens in my house. So I have a refrigerator and I
Yep.
have all kinds of stuff on it that means something to me. It's important
Yeah.
or funny or, and from there, I just learned this a couple months ago because I had to kind of rotate my fridge stuff. It goes into my big kitchen drawer, my catch-all. And
Mm-hmm.
then at some point, I throw it away, but I'm not ready to take it like off the fridge and throw it away yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my iPhone, I filled up 2 terabytes of storage in the cloud. I can't put any more storage in the cloud. So I'm deleting stuff. So a few girlfriends ago, I dated this girl.
A few girlfriends ago. That's funny.
We'll call her Mallison. And so I was like, I don't want to really look at pictures of Mallison. I could delete some. And I ended up just deleting all of them. And I'm like, and
All
then
of your pictures?
of her, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant all of your pictures.
Oh,
Whoops,
no, no,
accidentally, they're all
no,
gone.
no, no. I'm like, I'll keep a couple. And then I'm like, fuck that. And then I'm like, well, should I go to, let's call her JD? Um, because that's what's going to happen. She's next on the list. She'll get purged. And I know it's going to happen. I don't know why I don't do it right now. Does that make sense?
Honestly, a good purge of like I have an issue with this too, and I think this comes in with like a bigger issue that we could potentially talk about on like why we hoard memories and things like that. But I had an issue with that too, like after I would end a relationship and then getting rid of all of the pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like I like to keep that kind of stuff to see where I was at mentally at the time.
Hmm.
And a lot of those pictures are like a good indication of where I was at mentally at the time. And it kind of like going
Absolutely.
back to that place like reminds me like, oh, that's where I was. But and it took me a while to actually like go in and delete all that shit. But then one day I was like, you know, I'm on my like spiritual journey and all of this kind of stuff really like holds I feel like it holds energy. And so
Me
I'm
too.
like, it's just holding this energy I don't want in my life anymore. So I gotta get rid of it. Like it's gotta go.
I agree with that.
Gotta get out of here.
Uh, yeah, I agree with that. I tell people, watch what you say, watch what you put out loud, because that shit goes on forever.
Yeah.
Uh, just like what goes in your ears. That's part of why I'm pissed I can't close them. You know, everything that goes in my eyes and my ears becomes, how I think. So,
Yeah. I was watching, this reminds me of a scene that I saw at Switch. I'm watching Switched at Birth right now.
mhm.
Which is that it's like an ABC family show where these two girls are switched at birth and one is deaf. And it's really cool because they incorporate tons of sign language in the show, which I really, really like. So it's just really cool and really inclusive, and it shows the perspective of the deaf community, which I think is really interesting. But there was one part where she is in a championship game. The deaf girl is in the championship game. Her name's Daphne in the show.
What kind of sport?
Basketball.
Okay.
Thanks for the clarification. Should have clarified that. She was in the basketball championship game, and her dad kept saying like, tune it out, tune everything out.
Yeah.
So what she did was she looked around. She was really overwhelmed. She was really stressed out because like this was like the game-winning shot, and then she was able to literally take her hearing aids and turn them off, and then she
Oh,
tuned
yeah.
everything out, and everything went really quiet.
Yep.
And it's
You
like
know,
some days I just want to tune everything out.
no shit. Football, the huddle, where people get together, call a play, that came from Gallaudet University in Washington, which is the deaf school. Because originally in football, the quarterback would just call the play to everybody, and they could all read lips. And so signs being stolen on every play. And they're like, we got to cut this out. So they started huddling so that lips
Wow,
could not
that's
be
really
read.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made me want to learn sign language really bad because
I
like
can finger spell, but when I tell people that and then they start spelling to me, I'm like, you gotta slow way down.
yeah.
I dated a girl who was profoundly deaf for a while. And profoundly deaf means you can't hear a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Not anything. She could feel vibrations and she loved you too. And she could tell you what song was playing, which was bad.
Whoa, that's really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
How did you
Uh,
guys communicate? I'm curious.
she was a great lip reader. In fact, speaking of not being Kenya, um, every once in a while I would just be like, quiz her. And I can't remember, it's something about going to Africa. We're sitting, just at a restaurant talking about something else, and I said something silly like that just to see if she would catch it. And she's like, "Why do you want to go to Africa? And that thing would kill you anyway." So she was very good at that. She got a cochlear implant.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it's literally a magnet that is inside your head, and then you have a piece that sticks magnetically on the outside, and it transmits sound waves into what's supposed to be the auditory center of your brain. And she got it when she was 23, maybe. And she had been profoundly deaf since she was 2.
Wow, that must have been a big adjustment.
Oh yeah, I mean, she was like, "This shit sucks," and chunked it. Um,
Those things
just
are expensive.
yeah, but it just. I mean, you know, you got to give it a period and stuff like that. But
Yeah, I
and
imagine
I don't know
probably was
now. That
shocked.
was a long time ago, but it wasn't. And you
Yeah.
know what? I mean, she went to Westminster University in Missouri and got a 4.0, and then she went and got her master's degree with 4.0.
Hey,
Was running advertising for a computer company in Dallas.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Shout out to her,
cool kid.
whatever her name was.
Her name
Right.
was Lee, probably still is. Robert E.
Schlee. Since we're doing pseudonames.
Oh, we are. Somebody, was it you?
Me?
You
Was it
texted me?
me?
It wasn't me.
What did I do?
Hey, hey, hey. Oh, it's my phone. It wants to know how I'm feeling.
Oh, how are you feeling, Bill?
I feel fine.
Good.
Really looking forward to week after next.
um, so we have a question for
I know.
today.
I'm just gonna go to that.
And our question, what was our question again? I completely forgot.
I literally have tuned it out because it started with, "What's your go-to karaoke?" And I don't do karaoke.
Why not? Is there a story behind why you don't do karaoke?
Yeah, because when I was in fucking third grade, we had a play, and we had to audition for the play. And to audition, you had to
Bring
go
the
up.
mic back closer to you because you sound a little too far away.
To audition. Okay.
You don't have to put it right there. You could put it where it was when you started.
Oh my gosh. It was
There you go.
when I, can you see it?
No, you can't. But that's
Okay.
good. Perfect. Awesome.
Okay. So in third grade, we were going to do a class play, and you had to audition for it. You had to sing, and so you had to walk up to the front of the class, and there was a piano, and the music teacher was at the piano, and she would start playing, and you would sing, and then you would sing a little bit, and she'd be like, "Oh, okay, you know, thank you." And so I went up, and she started playing, and I started singing, and I may have gotten a word out. I don't think I did. And she was like, "Next," and I'm not going to tell you the song because it was horribly,
Now
horrible.
tell me what the song was.
Okay, it was a song called, I don't know what the song was called, but here are the words.
Okay.
Cotton needs picking so bad. Cotton needs picking so bad. Cotton needs picking so bad. I'm going to pick all over this field.
What the fuck?
I I was born in Arkansas. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so they told me, or she told me next, and I didn't sing forever in front of anybody. I was terrified.
I mean, yeah, that's a bit of a song to try to sing.
Oh shit, man. I was 6 or 7, so
Wow.
you know. Uh
Was that one of your song choices? Like they made you pick out of like 5 songs and that was one of them
oh,
you had to pick from?
oh no. I was told what to do. Here's what you sing. Not you though.
Oh my gosh. That is wild to me.
Yeah, so it was till graduate school, which was late. Like, well, I mean, just a few years ago that I ever sang.
I had a
Oh, I got one more
music.
thing to tell you. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
go ahead.
I Ashley and I went to see this guy named Philip Phillips one time. He's a
Oh
singer.
yeah.
And then the world shut down. And he had a song, and I heard it there, and I loved it. And I sang it for her, and she loved it. And that's the only thing I ever sang for her. And I'm really glad I did that.
Oh, that's really sweet.
And that was just like a couple months ago.
Are you a good singer?
No, but I'm getting better.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I found that singing is really just about listening. Would you like me to expand?
I'm singing.
Like you have to like listen to the cadence and the way that the song structure goes and um sometimes if you like listen and understand and really let it sink in, it helps you.
Sometimes, according to JJ Fad, you shouldn't listen too loud because you'll become supersonic.
Ooh,
The way they say it is, don't listen too loud, don't be supersonic.
Sonic. I had a music teacher back in elementary school who I loved music. I've always loved music. I've always been a very like like music-y type of person.
You are, and you like different music than I do, but that's one of the things I like about you. It's one of the reasons I like hanging out with you is because you are a music person. It's really important to you. And we
Yeah.
don't have the same tastes all the time.
I mean, I like pretty much everything. I've even dabbled in country lately, which is a little bit out of my genre, but I've been
I
dipping
can
my
do
toe in and I haven't hated it.
that.
Um but I had this music teacher back in elementary school and she was just the worst because she did not like my brother. So then I got there and she was like, "You look a lot like him. Oh, you guys have the same last name. I
Oh,
don't like you either because he was a menace. So now I'm
yeah,
going to treat
thank
you like a menace
you.
too." Um, she was just so, so mean to me. And there was this one time when I like auditioned for the school musical or something. And she basically laughed at my audition.
That's what happened to me.
And I was like in elementary school, dude. Like I was literally like 8 years old, maybe younger.
Yeah.
And she laughed at me when I was done. And I was like, wow. And then she got me kicked out of a school talent show. She really had it out for me for sure.
You hated your brother.
She and every time I would try to like participate, she'd roll her eyes.
Holy crap.
Shout out to Miss Bauer. But my go-to karaoke song, if you're asking,
I'm asking.
um, it's normally Let It Burn by Usher. That's been my go-to for a while. Or I'll do Burnin' Up by the Jonas Brothers. But most recently, I did Rockstar by Nickelback.
Did you really?
You have to get the vibe of the place that you are at, right?
Yeah,
Like
I
you
agree
have
with
to
that.
understand the demographics of who's there. You have to see what the vibe is. Is it a party vibe? Is it a chill vibe? Is it a like We Love America vibe? Like what are the vibes? And in
Okay.
this last bar, it was a We Love America vibe, so I went with Rockstar by Nickelback, and it was quite the hit.
How did you get your voice? Did you get her voice down there?
We all just wanna be big rock stars. That's kind of how I sung it.
Okay.
I do like parody singing. I don't do like actual singing.
Oh, yeah, there are two takes on karaoke, I think. One is I'm gonna kill this and you guys are gonna think, "Oh my God, she needs a contract." Or two, I'm just gonna have fun with it.
Well, I'm very, very self-aware on the fact that I cannot sing. I cannot sing. I'm not a singer. Love music, love to sing. Love to be in my car or in my shower and just sing my lungs out, but I'm not good at it. So I have to play to my strengths. And what my strength is my personality, my stage presence. That I can kick ass at. So I pick songs that are very thematic, right? Burning Up by the Jonas Brothers, Let It Burn by Usher, Rockstar, Nickelback, those kinds of things. And I just put on a show. So everyone's drunk, everyone's having a good time. They don't really care that I suck at singing because they ain't paying attention to the singing. They're paying
True.
attention to the fact that I'm getting audience participation, putting the microphone out to the audience, having them wave their hands back and forth. I make a whole show of it.
I'd like to see that show.
You should
But
go to karaoke then.
I know I have to be there.
Go to Tokyo Kitty or something. I went to Tokyo Kitty for the first time a few years back for Kat's birthday. And did you know they dispense drinks literally from the ceiling?
I did know that.
It was really cool. It's a
I
really fun
thought you
experience.
thought you didn't like that place very much.
I did not like that place.
Okay.
It was so they have I don't know. I don't know why I don't like it. It's just like the vibes are off because you walk in, it's a giant room.
I thought they had
Like
like little rooms that
they have little rooms and they have a giant room, which is karaoke full of tons of people.
okay.
And random people can hop up on the stage and do karaoke for a bunch of random other people. And then you have private spaces that you can rent out for like birthday parties and stuff, which I don't know. I just felt like it was very underwhelming. I don't know what I was expecting when I went there, but it didn't exceed my expectations. So I was like, meh, this is okay.
So where would your ideal karaoke appearance be?
On a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, that's a good one.
For
Maybe-
all of the cruise ship attendees. I think I did actually, that's so funny that I say that because it just brought up a memory for me. When I was in like fourth, fifth grade, we went on a cruise, me and my family did. And it was like a princess cruise. So it was one of the smaller cruise ships.
Mhm.
And I did, there was like a really bad storm. So we were all seasick all day. And then the storm finally let down. And then I was finally feeling good. So I went out by myself and I like went to their little karaoke thing. And I did karaoke as like a little fifth grader, just like for everybody, drunk as hell. I just like put on a
Hmm.
show for everybody, and they thought it was the coolest thing. That was like my first taste of being the center of attention, and you know what? I've never stopped chasing that high since.
You get that. Man, it's a good thing you're not a Leo. You wear yourself out. I was talking,
But I am an Aquarius, and that's a pretty Aquarian trait as well.
you know this kind of stuff. Let me ask you. I was talking to this friend of mine, and
Okay.
I don't remember how it came up, but I'm like, well, yeah, I'm a Leo. Of course, you got to pay attention. And she's like, I'm a Scorpio. We like to hide in the shadows.
Yeah, because I'm a
What,
Scorpio rising, so
what does that
Scorpio
mean?
Scorpios are very they're very elusive.
Okay.
Like I called when me and Evan first started dating, I called him an enigma because that's
Yeah.
very like
Oh, is
Scorpio-esque.
he a Scorpio?
Yeah, he's a
Okay.
Scorpio. And then I'm a Scorpio rising, so that's why we kind of butt heads in some places, but we really like get along in other ways as well.
Hmm.
But they're very like elusive, they're very like secretive, but for like a not in like a bad way, but in like a self-preservation type way.
Hmm.
Um,
Dude, you know what? I don't remember ever doing this to you. I was completely thinking of something else for the last 20 seconds. Um, and I want to hear what you said. I'm sorry. I don't really do that. Um,
oh, you just tuned out?
yeah.
I
I
was
don't
just
do
talking
that to you.
I was just talking about how Scorpios are elusive and they're secretive, but not in like a manipulative way, but in like a self-preservation way.
Okay.
So they keep things close to their chest and they keep all their cards close to their chest until they're ready to be dealt.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
So,
sense.
yeah.
I get that. Um, was there a corollary to the karaoke question?
What do you mean?
Like an if then, or was that it? Here's the thing. I'm gonna not go karaoke. I'm gonna go, I want to do stand up, and that's on a stage. And that's about the same length of time. But I wouldn't be up there. I was gonna
ASMR
say
right
trying
now.
to make people laugh, but that's exactly what I'd be doing. So maybe is there any? I think with the singing, uh, there's a whole lot more involved. You know.
Yeah, but
Uh,
I think with the singing, it's a lot like it's a mask that you can wear, right?
yeah.
Like stand up
Yeah.
is a lot more vulnerable in that way.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
singing, you have a mask you can wear because there's lyrics you can follow and there's other people that know the songs that you can like, feed off of.
Yeah.
Um, like when you look at stand up, like if you look at something like Kill Tony or you go to like a local stand up and then like watch people do stand up, it's really like about the confidence that you give off. And sometimes the audience, even if you don't say anything funny, but the way that you say it is funny, the audience will feed off of that. Because there's been a lot of times, like on the show Kill Tony, people have come up and they've said something that was kind of like that I thought was funny, but they didn't present it in like the best way. Like they were really like nervous and reserved. So then the audience didn't have the best reaction. So then they kept getting more nervous and nervous and nervous. It's all
Yeah.
about faking confidence, really,
Oh,
about
yeah.
anything you do, truthfully.
Do
That's what I always do. I'm always faking confidence.
you remember the SNL? I think it was last season, where you know how Colin and Michael write jokes for each other.
Sure. I don't really watch SNL very much, but yeah, I'm
Oh,
I'm with you.
okay. You know who they are though.
No.
Colin Jost is freaking Scarlett Johansson's husband. You know who she is, right?
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
he's the one they do the news segment.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they write jokes for each other, a few each show, and
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's the premise of it. They write jokes for each other and then he has to say it and he hasn't seen the joke yet.
yep, and it's a live
Okay.
read, live
Right.
read.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'm with
So
it. Yeah.
so Michael Che is really good about just humiliating Colin Jost with Rachel jokes. And in this one episode, uh Colin delivers. There's scattered laughter. Che does his joke, uproarious laughter. Colin delivers. Nah. Che does it again, goes back to Colin, and he looks. Have you seen this clip? He looks like, and Michael says, I told him not to laugh. And he's like, oh my God. He's live on air. He was going through just what you said. Nobody was laughing. He said, and I love this about him. I thought it was really cool. He said, "Oh my God, I'm literally sweating through my suit. I was so scared. I had no idea what was going on, but you couldn't tell. But the fact that he said, "Oh my, I'm fucked up here," that was pretty cool. But
Yeah. And I
man,
think that's interesting too about SNL specifically because they like have all these skits that they do in front of a live studio audience. So if a skit bombs, they know right away
oh
that this
yeah,
isn't doing very well. And
yeah.
that would just whoo, that would be really hard.
There's some pretty good stories. Jay Moore was he wasn't a cast member. He was a whatever they call him, extra or something for a couple of seasons. He wrote a book called "Gasping for Airtime" about the process
Ooh,
of.
that's a good title.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool about and people would steal from each other ideas, you know. Um, he stole a joke from a comedy club in Manhattan and got it on air. And I'm not sure what the repercussion for that was, but he's upfront about it. But he was so anxious about his role and trying to get on air that when he would get on, he was nervous to the point where it was almost debilitating until he went to a psychiatrist and they prescribed Klonopin for him.
Mm,
And it calmed him down and it was exactly what he needed. So
yeah,
there are skits when you can see him with his hand in his pocket holding on to Klonopin in case he felt like he needed to put it in his mouth.
that's wild.
Yep.
That's really cool though, because that kind of like, in a way, normalizes mental health medication. Because Klonopin is a great, as needed anxiety medication. For a long time, I couldn't do benzos, so I did a beta blocker, which works in the same
Yeah.
way. It
Yeah.
helps with the fear response, and a lot of people who do like theater or they are musicians, they will sometimes take that medication to help them with the stage fright.
Yeah. I saw a concert Sunday night, a badass place, Memorial Hall and Over the Rhine. And I love this guy. He's like probably top 10. And he sings with his eyes closed.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And I was talking to the girl I went with, and she was trying to, suss it out as to why. And I'm like, Jimi Hendrix used to sing behind a blanket. He didn't want anyone to see him. Sia wears, you know,
The bangs.
yeah. It's, I think that's really common. I mean, you've probably heard many entertainers say, every time I go on stage, I'm scared to death.
Yeah. And then there's just some people who are just built for it.
Yeah. And,
Built for it. Like Ryan Gosling, he's just built for it. Have you like I've seen videos of him on like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and I'm just like, this kid was just born for the stage, man. Like no fear in his body, just out there being himself, living life.
hmm
That's kind of how I am in a lot of ways. Like I don't know, it just kind of it for me it really depends on the day. Because sometimes I can get up on a stage like full of 500 providers and share my story and crack a joke about my ACE score and it be nothing to me. And then other days I like can't even do a presentation for 4 people. Like
Yeah.
it
I get,
really just depends on where I'm at mentally.
I get that. Tom Brady, you know who he was.
Yeah.
He still is him. He said something, I'm paraphrasing, that, long, long, long time ago, I decided that I I was going to tell my body what to do and when to do it. And I was going to tell my brain what to do and when to do it.
Hey, wouldn't that be nice if that worked?
Yeah, well, apparently it worked for him, but you got to practice that stuff a lot.
Yeah.
I get it, man. And I think I wear my emotions on my sleeve pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So when I don't have energy, everybody knows it.
Yeah.
But when I do, I'm pretty good. And
That
when
yeah,
you
that
and I do together, we're really good.
yeah. That's something about me too. Like I'm not good at hiding how I feel in terms of like on my face, like my with my facial expression.
Yeah, no,
Like I'm so expressive that it's just like you're always gonna know how I feel.
I have no poker face whatsoever.
Yeah. Except for when I am playing poker, then I can reel it in. But any other time, I don't care enough to. But also like I think it's like I don't know. I think that expressing my emotion look at my cat right now. She looks high. But I think I think too, like expressing my emotions on my face too, especially when you're in like Zooms or you're in meetings or whatever. I feel like it helps other people engage more, and
Oh,
like
yeah,
it
100%.
it
Yeah.
helps other people feel like they're like, oh well, I'm not alone in what I'm feeling there. So that's a lot of the reason why I, you know, try to be expressive so people know exactly where I'm at.
Yeah. Um, you, what was I doing? I have my cursor and it's down at the bottom doing something. I don't remember what it was.
Are you gonna search for something?
No, it looks like I'm flicking you off, but I'm not.
Thanks for the clarification.
Hey, I really want to do a
Get that mail
presentation
somewhere.
in August at that conference. So, and I think that we could have a whole
In
lot of fun
August? At what conference?
in Columbus.
Oh, the peer conference?
Yeah,
That's not in August.
yeah, it is. Or
Is it?
July or June, summer.
I think it was in. Hold on, I thought I put it in my calendar. Oh yeah, it's in July. It's the end of July. So yeah, you're right. Pretty much August.
What in, it's not the 25th, is it?
The 29th and the 30th.
This 25th is five months till Christmas. And I gotta start my shopping. Oh, it's my birthday too. Oh my God. And I'm seeing the Foo Fighters that day. Yeah,
Hey, you're seeing the Foo Fighters on your birthday?
I am. And you know
That's
what's really,
so exciting.
yeah, it's really cool because the original it was scheduled for the 24th, which is the day before. And I got a text from Dave Grohl on the 23rd, and he's like, I got you covered, don't worry.
Hey,
That was very nice.
that's awesome.
Did I finish? I did. He sings with his eyes closed.
So, what is your go-to karaoke song? I know you have like singing trauma, but if you were to ever
Okay.
sing,
Well, let's talk about songs that are go-tos.
okay,
Happy songs. Friday, I'm in love. That's my
that's a
Friday.
happy song.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
I smashed my finger playing pickleball.
Ooh,
My
ouch.
thumb in a gate.
Ooh, ow.
Ba, 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 ba.
Songs that I heard a lot recently doing karaoke before he cheats was done like 3 times.
That's an oldie.
Yeah.
On the same night?
Yeah.
That's a
Some
bad playlist.
angry women.
There's a lot of that out there.
Okay, so you said Friday I'm in love.
Yeah, that's a happy song. I like that song, Shut Up and Dance. Those kids
Shut
are,
up
yeah.
and dance with me.
You
Dun,
what's
dun,
that
dun,
AWOL Nation song,
dun,
Bad
dun.
Wolf? Uh,
Brr.
with the bad wolf, with the bad wolf, so the bad wolf don't bite no more. I'm gonna make a deal with the bad wolf,
No
you know?
idea.
Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. What do you got?
Yeah, yeah, Usher.
Not sure yet,
So
exactly.
those are the songs you would do if you were to karaoke.
No, I would not. Oh, you mean for karaoke? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Any Don McLean song. Because they're 19 minutes long. You know, get kicked off the stage. There are like 111 verses to The Day the Music Died.
The day the music died. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye.
I like a song that tells a story.
Okay, so like in Taylor Swift's entire catalog.
Yeah, anybody's song, really. Hey, I gotta talk to you about something.
Okay.
I
Right
was
now or
cleaning my
after the show?
house. I was cleaning my house, and
Okay.
it looks a lot better.
Good, yay.
And your side of the table here, where we do our podcast from, is directly opposite my side.
Mm-hmm.
And you have all kinds of scratches and stuff on your side. And the biggest problem is, I think you kicked off this little piece of my table down at the bottom
Mm-hmm.
when you were being antsy. Maybe it was when I shot you with a Nerf gun. And if that's the
Maybe.
case, I'm sorry. But I'm going to glue this back on.
Okay.
And then I'm going
Run back the tapes. We'll see if I made those damages.
to, I would do that.
Just have to watch every In Our Issues episode to see if I really did.
You know what I told, I did a class for somebody this morning and I said, we were talking about, um, sensory soothing, like five senses,
Mhm.
soothing your five. And they were talking about watching things on YouTube that make them happy, people happy. And I was like, you know what? I found out that I do a lot of that shit that I didn't call self-soothing. I'll binge on you and I, sometimes, not very often, but every few months for a couple hours. And I told them there's probably 300 hours of us running
There's a
around.
lot. There's a lot out there.
Yeah. And that I didn't know why I do that, but it just makes me happy. I like it.
There you
Um,
go.
yeah.
Happy to be of service.
I appreciate that. Very much. Yep.
Yeah, I think that for me too is like, um, I have my How I Met Your Mother that I watch every night before I go to bed to help me like
Still?
calm down. Yeah, still.
Okay.
I think I'm on my probably like 132 watch through, to be honest. I've watched it through so many different times. And whenever I get to a point where I'm just like annoyed with whatever's going on, I just restart it.
I get that.
So
Yeah.
before the last season, I always end up restarting it again because I hate the last season. Um, but yeah, I do that to YouTube too. Like there's like a few creators that I really like that like I'll go to when I'm in a bad mood or like when I'm really down. I really like Brittany Broski. I think that she's really funny.
Oh no. She a comedian?
Yeah, she's a
Who?
content creator slash comedian.
I like Casual Geographic. I don't know that guy's name, but he's hilarious, man. Um, his Wolverine episode. Wolverines are just terrifying. They have no fear.
I
Wolverines
have to
are
show you. That
honey badger.
reminded me of Planet Earth, which reminded me of David Attenborough, or however
Yeah,
you say the name.
yeah.
And then it reminded me of this About Last Night podcast that I watched with Adam Ray. He had these two guys on his podcast, and they were incredible at doing impressions.
Oh yeah.
I have to send it to you. It is so funny. You will get a kick out of it.
All
You will
right.
love it because it's so good. They do like they do Tom Hanks. They do
Christopher Walken.
they do a bunch of really prominent voices. I can't
Morgan
really honestly think of any single person that they do right now for some
James
reason,
Earl
but
Jones.
they do Morgan Freeman too. It's just so good. It's
That's
so
my
good.
favorite meme I ever saw. The Morgan Freeman's face, and it says, "Have a good day," and then it says, "You read that in my voice, didn't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I
That's
sure did."
funny. That's so funny.
Um, I could, if I was gonna karaoke, it would have to be a funny song, a happy song, because I'd break down if I tried to sing a sad song. Have my own personal
I could
moment.
see you singing, I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child,
Hey,
I'm a
no,
brother.
no, and I stayed away from downtown when that stupid musical was here because Alanis Morissette is exactly my age, and no, she does not like people like me. We don't get along. I would not ride an elevator with her still
Why do you say that?
because there's so much angst. She's so bitter about what some guy that I'm not even
She's
in.
a rock star. That's what rock stars are. They're angsty and they're bitter and they're whiny and they're
She,
mad.
she's all those.
That's punk rock.
Who's this girl that this lady that we're going to see? I watched her stuff. Do you like her?
Oh, yeah. I think she's funny. Do you not think she's funny?
Not as funny as I thought other people were.
Well, yeah, but I still
But
think she's
that's
pretty
why she
funny.
wasn't $150. That
Exactly. You go see them when they're new, so then when they pop off and they get better, you can say you were there first.
and they don't remember you a bit. Not a
No.
bit. Not
But
even
I remember.
dated
I
outside
remember when you were in the
the
trenches.
exactly. Not even
I
if you
remember when you were
4 hours.
workshopping terrible content.
Hey, speaking of terrible content, just kidding.
Uh,
Well, oh, I got nothing.
I got nothing either. I went into NPC mode.
How long have we talked for?
It's been about 43 minutes. I presume 44 minutes. I was almost right.
There's got to be something else, something good for the weekend.
Yeah, what are you doing this weekend? Anything?
Uh,
Okay, so I have to tell you this, Bill. Here's a fun thing I can share with the audience. I went to play pinball last Saturday.
you did, I know, and I went too, and I didn't get there.
They had a Foo Fighters pinball machine,
You
and I
told me
thought of
about.
you. Yes, it's so cool because it's got a cartoon version of all the members of the band, and they're in this little van and they ride around, and then you're able to pick what song plays as you play pinball.
And I
So I was
told you.
playing pinball to Everlong, and then what What song did you say to play?
These days.
These days. I think that was on the list because there was like 5 songs that you could choose from, only. But yeah, it was really cool. It was a really cool thing.
I love that place. I love it. You know what? I got my I got my Wii out from the basement, and I hooked
You
it
have
all.
a Wii?
Yeah, yeah. And I hooked it up. Then I got my Mario Kart disc, and it started up and everything. And then when I clicked on Mario Kart, it had a disc error.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
You should get the Wii Just Dance. That's so much fun.
Oh, yeah. I should get the Wii everything because
Yeah,
it's fun.
that'd be a
That
good workout too. I
that
would break a sweat with the Wii Dance. Oh no, you froze. Okay, you're back.
Oh no, are you? Wow, was it me?
Yeah, I
You
think it
were
was you.
frozen like this.
You were frozen like this.
Oh, oh, my internet connection is unstable.
Oh no, like my mental health.
That's been dating my ex-girlfriend. I told you about I was in the car with JD and her kids, and they're like 12, and we're on a road trip, and they're like, "Hey, can we log into Netflix?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Then they're like, "What's your password?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, JD's big tits or something." I can't spell that out loud in front of everybody, so I had to change it.
Hand me the phone.
I don't trust you with my password. You hooligan, give it here. Damn thief.
That is such a Bill story.
I never anticipated this being a problem.
Oh Lord. Goofy goober you.
Oh man. So I don't know what I'm gonna do this weekend. It's supposed to be cold and rainy, right?
Boo. Sounds like a good
Yeah.
day for the arcade.
No kidding. Oh,
I gotta show you the DJ game we found last time. It's really cool. It's like Dance Dance Revolution, but for your fingers. It's like a mix between DDR and Guitar Hero.
well, what was the first one?
Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh, you said that. Oh, I saw some really good movies. I did watch Scott Pilgrim. And
You did?
yes, and I liked it. I gotta tell you though, you missed some stuff on the Dayton, what was her name? Knives.
Dating
The
the teenager?
Yeah, they never. She kissed him one time, and it was before an event, and she was just happy to see him. It was just a run up and peck.
Oh,
Um,
okay. But
and
they didn't have like an actual relationship? I thought that
no,
they were dating. I thought they were
they
boyfriend and
were,
girlfriend.
but
Oh.
yeah, because I was like, no, they never made out or anything. They hugged one time. He thought before before she kissed him that one time, but that's when he liked the other girl, and she was cute.
Okay.
Um,
Hello again.
I still have not seen Grandma's Boy, but I want to.
Hello.
Oh, I
How did
watched
you? Go
Bullet
ahead.
Train. Have you seen that?
Okay. Yes. It's a good one.
I loved Brad Pitt's character because he's a hitman in therapy, and
Right?
he had all kinds of sayings, yeah, about that. No, that was great. It's
I'm
like
gonna
Tarantino on a bullet train.
Yeah. I'm going to recommend a movie to you that's
Okay.
the most. I'm gonna have to text it to you because I don't, in good faith, want to mention the movie on here and have other people go and watch it because it is so mentally not okay. But like, I need to talk about it with somebody.
I love that.
It
Please
is
do.
it is mind fuckery at its very peak.
Please send it because I'm looking for something to do for the next few hours. So,
Cool. You'll need a little you'll need a little bit of decompression time afterwards as well. So
all right. Oh, speaking of decompression time, I got you know this, I got a long week next week. And I don't
yeah,
do long weeks. Those are really hard for me. So I'm not looking forward to it.
you just need to veg out this weekend, I guess.
I think you're right about that. Uh, the older I get, the more I value sleep. Oh,
Mm,
when I made the hamburger, did I say about the hamburger and spices that appeared in my cabinet?
yes, you just did in the beginning of
Uh,
this.
so I wasn't sure how long to cook it for. So I cut it like a little slit in it, you know, at the top. And I'm like, well, what if that's not indicative of the whole thing? So I cut it in half. And then I looked, and then I'm like, what if it's not cooked on the part that I didn't see? So I cut it in fourths. So it looked like a pizza with 4 big pieces. I'm like, well, what the fuck am I gonna do that? So I got cheese and I tried to melt it back together. So right. So I put cheese on top and that worked. And then I thought I put cheese on the
Like the
bottom.
glue.
Yeah, exactly. So I put cheese on the bottom, and it
Oh,
turns out
that's where
you
you fucked
couldn't
up.
do that.
Yeah, that's
So I
where you
got to
fucked
clean
up.
that up.
That's just like a that's like a real life physical representation of my OCD. Like, oh shit, it's not cooked. It's not cooked. It's
Oh
not
yeah.
cooked. It's
Yep.
not cooked.
I'm not quite sure. Yep. And then it's like, what am I going to do with those little tiny pieces of meat?
Literally, I guess I'm gonna have to make a hamburger salad or something. Like,
Nobody wants to eat this shit now.
oh Lord.
What do I? All right. If you go, let me know because I am free. I got free pass.
Sounds good. I will let you know. And everybody who's watching, thanks for watching.
Oh
Everybody
yeah.
who will watch, thanks for watching. And everybody who's not watching, I'm mad at you.
Yeah, that's not cool
Anyways,
at
but you
all.
won't know that because you're not watching. So
You know what? I'm not watching you either. So
exactly.
wherever you
All
are.
right.